In 1974, when I made Aliyah, I began working as a social worker, community worker in the city of Jaffa, and over the course of the years I met a gentleman who became an inspiring influence on my life. That's Zanik Shacham, and he contributed his last 10 years of his life to establishing the Jaffa Institute together with me, and the two of us became the odd couple that made a difference. We felt that Jaffa was the place that needed our intervention more than any place else in Israel. The highest level of crime and delinquency and poverty among families, and the highest level of school dropouts among the children.
Because of its many activities and management of community projects, the Jaffa Institute received the 2001 President's Award for Best Volunteer Organization. The Institute has established a daycare center in Jaffa for distressed children between the ages of 7 to 12. The center provides the children with hot meals, help with their homework, art and music classes, and general enrichment classes. During the summer months, the Institute organizes summer camps for the children for the duration of the holiday period. Offering over 35 different programs, the center is a hive of activity in the mornings. Aimed at elementary school students in Jaffa, these programs relate to the prevention of drug abuse, deterrence of violence, and more. A scholarship fund for Jaffa residents, From Despair to Hope, individual treatment of family crises. The Bar Mitzvah program for needy children. Food distribution center for needy families. Children treatment centers. Subsidized dental clinics. The shelter in Neve Ofer for homeless children.
The Jaffa Institute sees as its major goal the continuation of every child in Jaffa, his ability to continue his studies until he gets his matriculation and even goes on to university.
The Institute operates a daycare center for distressed children in Jerusalem. In 1986, the Institute established a boarding school in Beit Shemesh. The Beit Shemesh Educational Center provides a home and school for 350 students annually. The student body is composed of distressed youths from around the country who were either removed from their homes or expelled from a formal educational framework. An average of 93% of the school students pass their matriculation exams each year, much higher than the national average. In 2004, the project was awarded the prestigious Education Award by the Ministry of Education. The campus also operates a special educational project for young immigrants from Ethiopia. Initially, these youths study in special classes, enabling them to integrate successfully at a later stage. All of the graduates enroll in the IDF, continue with higher education, and become proud and independent members of Israeli society.
10 years ago, we began giving scholarships to children who graduated our programs. There were only 2 10 years ago. Last year we gave 103. This year we'll give 140. That's a dramatic increase. If we take the matriculation rate around the country in areas of poverty like Jaffa, 16% finish their studies and matriculate. In our boarding school, we have 97% success. That's a dramatically different figure.
During the summer months, the Institute organizes summer camps for underprivileged Ethiopian children, utilizing campus facilities.
But is it enough? Certainly not. There are 20,000 children growing up in Jaffa. We only deal with 4,000. That's 5 times the number of children that we have. If we had our way, we are prepared morally, emotionally, physically. We have the energy, and we have the dedication, and we have the drive to reach every child in Jaffa. The day that we reach every single one of them and see that all 20,000 of them are given the same opportunities as the 4,000 that are with us today, that'll be the day that we find that we've achieved all of our goals.
Alex reached us one day after I had received a phone call from a social worker who told me of a boy standing in the street with a suitcase and nowhere to go. The boy's grandmother, who had been running the family home and actually taking care of Alex, passed away suddenly. Alex was left alone in the care of an unemployed, alcoholic, and completely dysfunctional father. Very soon, both father and son found themselves in the street. We established this shelter to provide a warm, family-type environment on the one hand and a therapeutic environment on the other. This means we can at any time call on our team of therapeutic personnel who are able to assist both the couple that runs the shelter and the children themselves around the clock. Alex is quite a shy child. It has been a difficult time for him. He finds it difficult to open up and feel connected. But during playtime, he does open up a little. He talked of his mother, how much he misses her, and how he knows she has passed away. He talks about his father as well, about how his greatest dream is to be with him. He is not the type of child that wants to tell his experiences of what he is going through. He has learned to communicate. He has found out a little about intimate relationships. He has learned to communicate with adults and children. He learned how to smile. He opened up a little.
My wife and I both hold bachelor degrees in education. We decided to look for a job in our field where we could be together. Then we found ourselves here, in the shelter, and we both enjoy our work very much. We educate the children and try to provide an environment similar to a regular home, which is exactly what most of the kids need. If a child needs to be taken for a medical checkup, we take him for a medical checkup. If he needs clothes, we take him to buy clothes. Once a week, we take them on an outing to a restaurant or for a nice walk in one of the parks in the area. Once a month or so, we take them on a field trip.
Some 700 children have been ordered into foster care in the Tel Aviv municipal area, but there are only 500 places for them. This means 200 children remain at home, even though the authorities have decided they should be removed. I'm speaking of violent and abusive children, children in danger, children that have been sexually molested, children suffering from malnutrition, children that scream at night. 50 children have passed through here in the 4 years of our existence. Each child has his own shocking story. Alex is one of these children. Another story is that of the 4-year-old who came to us after he had been hospitalized in a coma. The hospitalization was due to parental abuse. Another arrived in the middle of the night after he was found abandoned in a cheap Tel Aviv motel. Crying was heard in one of the rooms, and the police were called in to investigate. When they arrived, they found the sweet, tiny baby crying in the room alone. He has been here for 6 months now, and not one single person has come looking for him. What's going to happen to Alex? We have prepared him for his next step, moving to a boarding school. This is a small school where he will receive a lot of warmth and attention, and where he will be able to remain for an extended period. It seems Alex will never have a real home, so this school will be a sort of home for him. Firstly, it is very difficult for me when a child leaves, especially Alex. We have become very attached to him. He has become a part of us, and I have become very attached to him. It will be very difficult when he's gone. When we told him he was leaving for boarding school, he didn't react as other children would. He didn't say that he didn't want to go or that he felt good here, maybe he should stay. All you saw were tears welling in his eyes, nothing else. What I would like most to wish him is that eventually he will return to his father, that his father will not disappear from his life. That is his most avid wish.